It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we've got ourselves a Super Bowl 50 rematch. It's the Broncos and the Panthers, coming up next.
EA Sports Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at third down. Little short pass here. Caught by his tight end.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
You know, what's funny about the NFL, Mike, is you expect to come out and have your A game each and every week. And certainly that's ideal, but can you win when you don't have your best stuff? And I think that's what we saw from this quarterback last week. The best thing he did was just continue to battle, continue to make just enough plays, even though he had some struggles. The biggest thing is, while he continues to improve, what a confidence boost for this entire team, knowing that even if their quarterback doesn't have his best stuff, they can still play winning football.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury. As certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They put a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw again. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. And I don't think it's going to be his last. Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw, taken in.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a fourth down decision to make. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return starts from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Broncos offense going to take over now for the second time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Panthers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Broncos have it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And, Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
The PAT, up and good. And Broncos move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Now a give on the ground, and he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. Back to throw. His throw left side is complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Markham at the 48-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the Broncos 43-yard line.
Now, faking the give. He'll get this out wide. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. He'll get this out to his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He runs with it. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Throw on the run is complete. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. Walker brought in motion. Handoff here, up the middle, and a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Walker brought in motion. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. Walker brought in motion. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
1st down, Broncos. Now
this time they'll look to throw. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was out.
The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cooper DeJean. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. So 3rd and long, trying to pick up a first down and keep a drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg, and the defense scores with a pick 6.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless, and I think you find yourself in 3rd and long, you're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just press a little too far, and this time it leads to the turnover and the pick 6.
Ryland's kick here is good. Panthers are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Denver. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he's just pushing guys out of the way, powering forward for a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. He'll get this out to the left flat. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Try to pick this one up on the ground.
The ball carried by number 37. Tackle made right at midfield. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On comes the punter now, and he is hoping to improve on his 1st attempt. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Broncos offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Back with more from Charlotte. After this, they'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. The Panthers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. He'll try to run for it. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The visitors' offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This is caught down that right sideline. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. The Broncos going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. In this case, the upright sent it right back.
Throwing now on first and 10. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
With the score, Panthers 13, Broncos 7.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. And it's the Chargers who have the lead with that game getting close to halftime. The Chargers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. The Titans trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And that one, compelling, as evidenced by that scoreline. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on first and 10. He'll drop to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It is third and 10.
No gain on the play. It's third and 10.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw on the move is caught. They pick up 17 through the air. It's a Carolina first down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a second and 9.
At the 45-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right sideline and complete. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run it on the inside handoff. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a good tackle out wide will hold them to a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. Not what they hoped down there. He's given ground, going to lose yardage. I'll mark him back at the 6-yard line. 2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Now a handoff running right. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Receiver in motion, headed left. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
One of the tight ends in motion right. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go.
And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Receiver in motion, going right. Throwing now on 3rd and long. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Caught by number 10.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Quick throw, taken in. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Throwing now from the gun. He keeps it himself. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Off he goes.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Quick hitting slant there. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's caught right side. It's Franklin. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and 5. He'll try to get this one on the ground. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because Defense certainly did theirs.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. They'll only be able to get the 47-yard line. Second down and 8. He'll look to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. And fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That is hot. What a throw. Touchdown, Denver. It's his second touchdown of the year. The game-tying touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the...
Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed.
Previous
Tight
play
game,
is under review.
tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
Kick is good. Makes the score Broncos 17, Panthers 16.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. This is 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Let's go now.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again, another catch.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll look to throw yet again. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Here's first down. Back to the air one more time. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down. They'll run here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll keep it on the ground. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. They'll stick to the ground. And this defense holds its ground. They stop him for no gain. And fourth down's coming up.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
So out is Chad Ryland in a big spot here. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs.
The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. But somehow it comes right back to him.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. That penalty is declined.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers